Hello, everybody. Welcome to Scat House Incorporated. I am here germless. Miss you, Jeremy. Wish you were here. But it's okay. I am Rene Flores, and I am here with my online friends. H, the master of alcohol, I guess. Sammy, the turban
Jeez.
tornado. And Alex is here too, I guess. What's up, everybody?
Apparently, I'm just in the cock chair in the background.
I'm playing Alex.
Yeah,
All right,
I'll just be
guys. How's it going?
peeking through the blinds.
It's going good.
Yeah, not too bad.
Weather's
Any y'all take Monday? Excuse me. What?
oh no. Weather's beautiful here. It's a good day.
Yeah, it's starting to get hot here too, and that's gonna suck ass. I love the 111-degree weather.
You chose to live where you are.
I kind of did. I really thought about moving up north, but I don't know.
I mean, you might have to if you're gonna have like 140-degree August.
Yeah, I've thought about that too. Like, what if I
yeah,
just get
fuck
older
that.
and this just gets worse?
You
But
might just turn to Gene Hackman. It's
good
like
on.
baked from the inside.
All the Mexicans become mummified.
Yeah, Day of the Dead would be a lot more exciting. I guess it wouldn't be much movement though.
We do have what they call winter Texans, which is just that people that do come for the winters from up north.
Yeah. Here we call
in Texas. Like,
I guess they would come from where you live, H. What do you call them up there?
Snowbirds.
Snowbirds? Nice.
Yep. Soon as the snow hits, they fly away.
Yeah. Oh, I'm where they come to, which is kind of cool because that's usually when they have all the gun shows down here and everything. So
Nice.
Yeah. But speaking of travels, I did have a story I forgot that I guess I could open up with.
Yeah.
So let's up the ante, gentlemen. Let's get enthusiastic. But when I lived in Austin, I lived in a house, and they would rent out one of the rooms for Airbnb. And there was this really awesome, really wholesome Australian couple that came to visit, and they seemed super nice. The guy was pretty goofy, but like in a good way, where he's just jolly all the time. Good energy from these people. And one night I'm there with friends, and at the time I didn't drink, but I was ripping a bong. And he's drinking with everybody there, and his wife had already gone to bed. And he just straight up comes up to me and he tells me like, "Hey, like, don't tell my wife, but I've never tried marijuana, and I would really love to take a hit of that." And he's like fucking drunk. And I'm like, "Okay, man, but like, be careful. This is a bong. Most people like whatever." And I teach him how to take a hit of the bong where like you light the bowl, you lift, let it gather in the chamber, and then you lift the bowl and then you inhale. And I guess he didn't catch any of that because as soon as I give him the bong and like the bowl for him, I'm like, "Okay, you hit it now." He turns the whole bong over and starts drinking it. Like,
Jeez.
he
did that
and he
on purpose.
immediately starts
Dummy.
puking and like straight projectile vomiting. And he was so
Like he got
drunk that
nervous.
he couldn't comprehend that. He was like, "No, I guess marijuana is not for me." I'm like, "No, you did. That's not how." He just couldn't comprehend that. That's not how you hit a bong.
He went from "don't tell my wife" to projectile vomiting.
Tried to do a shoe,
dude. Yeah,
It's probably normal for him.
it was gold. And I'm pretty sure he probably never tried marijuana after that.
How clean was the bong?
Oh, it was clean. I would take care of my glass and everything, but it was still bong
Even
water
so,
that was going through.
Yeah.
I remember one time my friend he had drunk so much, we were like 15 and we were on the subway. He started throwing up on the floor, and then when the subway started going, the puke sort of went backwards from the force. And everyone in the subway just watched it like slide past by.
That's pretty fucking awesome.
Very good.
Yeah. All right, great podcast, guys.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I mean, hey, surely you've got some escapades from your
Oh,
drinking days.
I
shall we?
might have one or two, but
And that did remind me of
Oh,
another
one or
drunk
two. He's drunk
teenage-
every night, but he has one or two.
I'm a very
God,
private person.
that fucking laugh.
that way.
So evil.
No, that story though of being 15 and drunk, that does remind me of another time. I was also young, but I had two friends that were 21, which they were able to buy us booze, and we were kids, so we would always just buy like the cheapest vodka bottle. And at the time, you guys know what Takis are? Takis, the H,
Oh,
you
the
know what I'm
chips from
talking about?
the.
Hot chip.
They're these Mexican tortilla chips that are rolled, and they're
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a very artificial red, spicy flavor, whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah. So we all got fucked up on a handle of vodka, and by the end of the night, one of my friends was like straight up throwing, like they were laying down because they already passed out, and this was almost like a drinking house, whatever. And I'm the only one awake, and I noticed that they're like throwing up in their sleep, and they're literally throwing up in their
Oh.
mouth to where I start turning them over.
Yeah, they're gonna ask
Jeez.
for it.
Yeah, so I'll never forget this. One of the friends, as I go to turn him over, he like projectile vomits fucking Takis in my face.
Oh,
That really that sucks.
Well,
That
and
is
it
God, I
disgusting.
But
I did kind of
he
do. Yeah, go
yeah.
ahead.
blood
Oh
red.
no, but like he projectile vomited in my face, but I was like, whatever, I'm saving his life. But by the morning came, he had like a whole pillow of just red puke and chewed up chips that he was just resting in.
Oh my
So,
God.
it was pretty good.
I would never let that
um,
guy forget about it.
I did
No,
drink
they
a
saved
bunch
my
of
ass a
like.
couple times too. Well, what's up,
I
Sam?
did drink a bunch of like moonshine accidentally. I thought it was normal vodka, but we
Oh
bought it from what's called
no.
the vodka car. Like, so the vodka car is like a number that you get, and it's like some angry Arab turns up from nowhere, sells you vodka. You have no idea if it's real or not. I drank a bunch. I ended up puking on my friend's leg and pissing myself.
I think everyone has the good piss themselves story.
Yeah. I didn't even remember a true blackout. They had to take me to the drunk cell, like that to pump my stomach and everything.
Oh, what?
Oh my
nice.
Yeah, it's bad.
Jesus
I
Christ!
woke
How
up
long ago
still
was it?
drunk. I was 15. I was
Oh,
going pretty hard.
Yeah.
wow!
And
Were your parents like upset about it?
yeah, I mean, I almost died, so they were pretty mad.
Yeah,
But
you
my
just
dad is
topped
such
that
a
story.
psycho. He didn't tell me that I almost died, so I just kept drinking like that.
Wow.
Oh
Yeah.
Where was
shit.
this at though? Was there in Sweden?
Yeah, I've always lived there. I was born here.
So is the vodka guy? Is this like a legal enterprise that's registered, or is it literally
Oh,
just
no,
some
because
fucking?
he exclusively sells to teenagers.
And
Ah,
it's
okay.
moonshine.
It's
Yeah.
I mean, it's an ever adapting market. It changes every 2 to 3 years.
We
Yeah.
need to call the herd. Get rid of the weakest teens.
Yeah, of course.
All right.
Either that
Mhm.
or
Oh
have them overdose.
shit! My girlfriend's showing up. She's about to make a
What's
lot of
up,
noise.
Lulu?
Oh, she's pulling up in the truck. Oh.
Make
All right.
sure
Anyone
she
else
doesn't
have some
break.
good shit?
I was gonna make sure
Monday?
she doesn't put a hole in the wall.
I know, right?
I love Lulu on here. That'd be fun.
Yeah, she's great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I tried to get. I think she just gets all nervous and all like giddy about herself.
Doesn't seem to have a problem calling me a faggot. So
Oh, and dude, Alex, it's funny because sometimes we'll be going to bed and I'm in the chat, and she'll be like, "Is Alex there? Tell him he's gay."
very good.
She's like, she just randomly does stuff like that. It's pretty funny. But
Do we have any good topics to discuss, or anything on the list that you've made
oh
that
yeah,
we can bring up?
Tammy, you said you had some theoreticals.
Theoreticals? Oh, like Jeremy style?
Yeah, I guess so. Fuck it.
Yeah, let's go. So guys,
Yeah.
would you eat
Yes.
a bowl of shit for $10?
How hot is the girl that shit?
Right.
How big's the bowl?
Yeah.
It's,
What texture are we
10 ounce,
talking about? Also,
a pint, a Ben and
A-
A
Jerry's.
pint.
A pint of shit.
A pint of shit.
How hot
it's
is she?
fresh?
He's
Also, I like how you're
normal.
saying this and you don't even give like what the incentive is. Like, would you guys eat shit?
$10.
Yeah, well, I'm doing a Jeremy hypothetical. All his hypotheticals fucking suck ass. We need these.
Hold on, I got company real quick. Say more.
I
You got me
I
a
don't have anything.
Hold
I
on.
mentioned one which
Next-
was
no,
kind
hold
of
on,
stupid,
Why won't it mute?
Go ahead, Alex.
which was that if you have sex with conjoined twins, is it a threesome or not?
What is a
Yeah,
threesome?
yeah.
We've
But
talked
there is that
about
one. There is that one couple of twins where only one twin is actually married, and like the husband
Yeah.
ignores the other twin. So I don't think that's a threesome. I think that's like more of a cucking.
So if you had conjoined twins that got married to each other, what happens in the divorce? Because I guess they can't really take half of themselves.
They cut them apart
they both
and
died.
they
Just
die. Alex,
You know,
Well-
to be fair, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's I think only one gets like unless they're like straight down the middle. I think only one feels like the vaginal sensations.
you think so?
So, yeah,
Huh.
I guess I need to rape a conjoined twin and find out which one's crying and
if-
which one's like, oh my god, get this over with.
What if you're like a male conjoined twin, but one only feels the
Oh.
balls and only the other one
Oh,
gets the
that
penile
sucks.
sensation?
That sucks so bad.
All you get is ball action.
All you feel is knocking.
Yeah.
That's pretty great. Honestly, if I was a conjoined twin like that and
I'd murder
it
my
wasn't
brother.
my balls, whenever I was mad at my conjoined twin, I would just hit my balls.
Oh,
Yeah.
there you go.
If
Very
I was the
good.
ball twin, I would murder my twin out of Cain and Abel. I would murder my twin out of jealousy.
Can you imagine being a conjoined twin and your better half is a lawyer and you're just sitting there in the
Oh
courtroom
my
jacking yourself off?
He's like a stoner. Like a fucking loser.
Dude,
He
y'all
dates
do your
women and they just
taxes.
ignore you.
Imagine with the tax when tax time comes, like
What was
Yeah.
that?
when like
Filing taxes.
one of them
Oh,
filing
yeah.
taxes in a different
Just a
bracket and the
constant
other one's all
reminder.
like just upset about it, like, man, what the fuck?
Your alpha twin
Wasn't-
bullies
Oh.
you. You
wasn't
live
that
the whole
conjoined
thing,
with
though,
your
that-
bully.
The whole thing was that those girls were teachers, but they only got one salary.
What? No
Yeah.
I
fucking
think they're
way.
women.
Oh, really?
Wow, that's fucked up. Even because, as far as I know, they
Well, it's not
do
like they
have
need to
two
eat twice
different
as much.
social securities. But I guess it's as far. I
Legally,
think
they're
there
a
is.
single entity, I think, for the most part.
Yes,
Because how
Because
could
if
they? They can't do two jobs, basically.
But
That's
do they get
fucking weird.
taxed twice as much? So they get like 90% tax.
Yeah.
riveting
any-
stuff here, guys.
Does
What's up?
anyone have interesting stories about theme parks? Because I think that's a good topic.
I don't think
never
I've ever been to a
Disneyland.
theme park.
You've never been to a theme park.
I don't.
I've
thi- I
only
don't,
been to Six Flags, which is considered like the ghetto theme
Mm,
park.
Yeah.
Six Flags sounds.
I don't think we
dodgy.
have theme parks here.
Do you not?
I don't think so.
You don't.
It's sweet.
You don't have like
Is-
Alton Towers.
Don't
Or-
you
Like,
have
what would
those
the
those Alp slides where it's like a rail with like a slide on it and you control the brake?
So
And it goes
there
down.
is
Huh?
there is like 2 or 3 that got added here, but they're more of a European thing. So it might be like in Sweden where Sami is, like alpine coasters.
Yeah, that's what they're
What's
called,
that?
something like that.
An alpine coaster.
So it's like a metal rail that goes downhill, and you sit on a.
Oh, I'm
like
sure
a-
here. I'm
a
looking it up
seat,
now.
and it's
Like a
got
slide
it's
that
got a
just is like a
lever.
small
It's got
track. It goes down
it's
a
got
mountain.
lever
And
for a brake.
Yeah, they look
so
fucking
you
cool
can
though.
control it.
they have those in
Yes, they
Switzerland,
look
but I don't know
fun.
if we have them here. Austria,
Sweden,
Switzerland.
same shit.
Yeah, I guess.
Actually, I did
I
run
don't
into
care.
that shit. Well, where geographically, where is Switzerland?
It's in the
Europe.
middle.
Ah,
Like
Gay.
Central Europe, smack in the middle.
Gay.
I know, right?
Yeah,
They're like getting DP'd
maybe.
by all the other countries. It's fucking gay.
No fucking coast. What a loser.
Yeah, fucking faggots.
What else you guys got?
I went to
This is
a
the
theme
worst
park
habit that we
in-
have, is that we just kind of ask what we've got. Like,
Dude,
all right, what
Jeremy
topic should we
usually-
tell me?
Jeremy's usually carrying it, like the
Dude, he's
conversation.
amazing.
And then, like,
he
when
always
they're-
brings up like his dreams and his thoughts about his daily life, and he always has something. And then we shit on him. And now that he's not here, we have nothing.
I went
We
to
fucking
a
suck.
theme park in the Netherlands on like a school trip, and
Okay.
we went on this roller coaster. But there was a bunch of trees and stuff, so people were getting hit in the face with like branches and things like that, which was pretty entertaining.
Oh,
And then there was this one guy who was like an adult, and he wasn't in our group at all, and he had a GoPro in his mouth and nearly died choking on his GoPro when he
What
got
the
hit in the face with the
Oh,
tree
how-
branch.
why in his
How the
mouth?
fuck do
Just
you
mount
put
it to your helmet or
a
something.
GoPro in your mouth?
I mean, he was probably special. He's probably smoking
Yeah.
too much weed in the Netherlands.
That footage
many
exists
edibles.
somewhere online.
Like the photo of
Oh,
like
I've
from
not looked for
from
it.
the
I don't
carousels when
think-
they're like going
I
down.
don't think it will be, but I'd hope so. There's been plenty of like incidents and stuff like that at theme parks that I've seen that are pretty gnarly. Just, I'm not a fan of roller coasters at all. I don't know about you guys.
They're
Mhm.
scary.
Or
I fucking love roller coasters. I mean, I haven't been
I-
on one in probably more than 10 years, but I love that shit.
Yeah,
I
I've
did
only-
one
only.
when I was 9. I
was
hated
gonna
it.
say,
So
same.
fucking scary.
It's awesome.
They are.
I
I
They're pretty fun.
guess.
We had
was
the
bad.
tallest one here in Six Flags in Texas called the Rat. Get this, guys. It was called the Rattler because it was like the largest roller coaster, but it was also made out of wood. So it was like
Yeah.
engineered to wiggle a little bit.
Oh
Which-
my
No.
god.
That was, I think, the only time where I got scared. They reinforced it in the past few years, so now it's called like the Steel Rattler or something. But yeah,
like-
that fucking drop. I'm not gonna lie, like
Oh,
probably the only time I felt scared in a roller coaster, and then the rest of it's pretty boring.
so
The
funny
only
that like the
time-
worst aspect of it becomes the name. Like
The
you're almost
Rattler.
fucking you're almost gonna fucking die.
I mean, it
Let's
was-
go.
I trust the American standards to like understand that okay, it rattles a little bit, but it's not gonna
You trust
fall
the American
apart.
standards.
Well, for that kind of stuff,
Uh-oh.
it's like
Alex
if
is gonna
if I
go
had to
off on
ride
the
the
gold
Rattler
reserve
in
now.
China, no
I
thanks.
was gonna say the planes clearly aren't that well made, so
Oh
Oh,
wow,
the
here
planes
comes
are-
Alex.
The planes are really well engineered. It's the people flying them.
oh, it's the
How
DEI
much-
hires.
What other
much-
headlines did you read, Alex? Come on, let us
How
know.
much
Yeah.
gold do you guys
About
have in
what?
Fort Knox? More like Fort Cox, you fucking faggot.
Very
Yeah, a
good.
bunch of fags. You don't have any gold. Your economy is hollow.
Like you guys have schools that get shut up.
Yeah, you fucking
Well,
you.
I mean, less kids for you to rape, so I guess that's
Alright
a good
then.
side for you.
Okay, okay, Alex.
All right then, we're doing great.
Anyways,
Yeah.
All right.
40 million school-age children in the United States, and
Yeah, I'm
7
sure-
of them
I'm
died
sure Rainy
last
just
year.
H,
pulls
H is
the
making
fire
the
alarm
argument that
and
there's
then
plenty.
Yeah.
pulls the fire alarm and just
They're
sits
running
there
out.
revving his car, waiting for them to come out.
H knew exactly how many school children you guys have.
I know that was kind of concerning.
that was a
You
shot.
didn't, you
in the dark,
didn't need
but
to
it
bring
wasn't a
that
bad-
up. We already knew that it was ridiculous, and then you basically
you're
went,
on a lesson
"No, we have
somewhere,
plenty
H."
of kids to rape.
Yeah.
There's plenty for everyone.
We have plenty of
Good
kids to
read.
fuck. You fucking retard."
Plus
That was a
there's
shot in the
good
dark,
ones.
but I probably nailed it.
Yeah, probably. Sounds reasonable.
Yeah, you probably
Exactly.
nailed a few of the kids too.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. You guys ever got in any fights ever in adulthood?
Do you think I
Not
got
in
into
adulthood.
fights?
No, not you, Alex.
I get the
Alex.
shit kicked out
Hey,
of me.
hey, Alex. Alex,
Yes,
shut up.
I didn't ask.
H, you
Did you
said
get the shit kicked out of you? What happened?
No, I said I would have got the shit kicked out of me. I was kind of just like, I think
Yeah,
I
yeah.
walked the line pretty well. And no one really
they're like,
wanted
don't
to...
bully the retarded kid. He's weird.
Oh yeah, I just pretend to be brain dead. That reminds me, there was this place we had in school called Pod, and it was basically just all the special needs kids. And this wasn't just like, oh, you're dyslexic or something. Like, it was their own corridor of the school, and it was like blocked off by these like fireproof doors, but they also had like keycard locks on them. And
Oh,
there's just holes
nice.
in the wall and stuff where these kids have just been throwing each other through the drywall and whatnot. So
Jesus.
you just hear like the most like if you're in the library downstairs, you just hear the weirdest sounds, and then just the sound of like human puppets just being crippled. And then there's this poor like support teachers chasing around them like, oh, don't do that, be nice
The
to each other,
handlers.
and they're just
Yeah.
like committing war crimes to each other. It
Oh,
was
yeah,
pretty good.
my daughter wasn't in a wheelchair when I brought her here.
And then
Did you
pretty-
guys have like classes for retards in your schools?
Yeah,
I mean-
it's special ed,
Yeah.
like special education.
Special ed.
Yeah.
In
Yeah,
our
but-
school, if you sold drugs, they'd put you with the retards.
What?
Yeah, I think it was basically how they humiliated you. So if you didn't behave, they put you with the retards. That's how like they controlled you. That you're gonna have to hang out with people with cerebral palsy if you don't behave.
Damn.
What
They
the
threatened
hell?
me
That's
with that
pretty
shit.
fucked up.
Yeah, I know. It's so like one kid
They would
was
just be
perfectly
like,
normal, but
how
he
many
just
drugs
kept
did you
selling
take to get
hash.
this?
That's
Was that
so, like,
Alex?
that's go, Alex.
It's just like, oh, how many drugs did you take to get like this? And they're just like,
Yeah, yeah.
no.
No, I think it's worse than that.
just
It's like
goes,
literally
"Ah!"
like, oh, you want to be bad? Well, guess what? Now you have to
Exactly.
spend time with the retards.
Yeah.
You want to be
As
bad?
like a
Well,
guy
now
with
you're a
cerebral palsy,
fucking
it's like, well, I'm not
retard.
retarded. I actually.
Yeah.
He's like, shut up,
We-
bitch.
We knew one kid. He just kept selling hash in school, so they put him with the retards.
So it's isolated. He's in a classroom with 5 other kids, and they're all, you know.
Not necessarily fully, but you can look at them and you tell that something is like. The heads are a bit weird.
Profiling.
The head shapes, you know,
The head shapes.
The head shapes.
The
I was
kind
gonna
droll.
of
say-
abnormal.
Growing up, maybe they had those classes and we just never interacted with these kids or really didn't know they existed. But like typically it was a class of 30, 40 kids, you know, 5th grade math class. And there's
Yeah.
one kid in the back of the room at his own table with an aide.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah.
We always
So
had it
everyone
more.
just ignores him.
Yeah. And,
Yeah.
you know, we're all doing math problems silently and they're over there going, yeah, drooling and
Ah,
They're shooting
man, that's-
themselves.
yeah.
You raise your hand, you ask the teacher a question, just in the background, you just hear the sound of shit coming out of his ass.
Yes. Yeah, essentially. And it's just awkward and, you know, you smile and nod and you don't interact
You
with
ignore the trails of spit.
them.
It's just like
Yeah.
a snail trail.
that's pretty horrible. Oh, I'll be
Retard trail.
snail trail.
Okay, I'm
Fucking
just
horrible.
I'm being hacky now. I'm being hacky.
Let me go put the cat away. I'll be right back. God damn it.
Yeah, the
Everything's
cat
going
went out of
wrong.
the bag.
And there was one, I think the funniest thing I saw on Twitter, like someone was just making like a normal political point, like something that wasn't considered liberal. And so
Sure.
this gay guy comes in and just goes like, you know, this goes against all rules of decency. You're a horrible person. Look at how you're behaving. And then I clicked on his profile and the pinned video was a video of him shitting out 20 cream pies.
Wait, what the fuck did I miss? Are we still
Dude,
talking about
so-
retarded kids?
Oh my god.
No, so I just talked about this thing I saw on Twitter where this gay guy was berating someone for not having like the correct opinion. Like, oh no, this
Okay.
goes against all rules of decency. You know, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Okay,
You're a
okay.
disgusting person. You're not capable of acting like a civilized person. I click on his profile page, and so the pinned video, there's a pinned video. The text says, "Thanks all of you who, you know, helped me to break my record for cream pies in one afternoon." And it's just his ass, and he just starts farting out so many cream pies that it finally just covers the camera and the video ends. And someone points it out, like, dude, who the fuck are you to talk about decency?
Yeah.
Dude,
Well-
I've had that's awesome. I had an experience like that on Reddit a few years ago. I
Yeah.
screenshotted it with my old man. I wish I had it, but it was a guy doing the same thing. Like, but he was like, it was like a technological, like computer issue or something, and he was like calling someone else like, you know, an idiot for this and that, and then
Yeah,
someone
yeah.
put nice minion dick, and literally all his
Oh,
Reddit post was like all like, you know, technological information and things like that. And then one post, it's his penis painted like a minion, and it's just there.
was it a small penis too?
It was decent size, but it was just the
Okay.
fact that like
Yeah.
he drew the overalls on it, and the tip of his dick had like the minion goggles.
Wait,
And it was
did he
just
do a good job of
God.
it? It sounds
no,
difficult.
it looked like finger paints. It was just like what inclined you to do that? Like, is this a fetish? It was just funny.
But
It's
everyone
Blue
else is a
on it.
fucking idiot.
yeah, it's
His
NASA's
dick is
top
yellow
engineer.
while he's calling everyone an idiot.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
What was that, H?
Oh, I said yeah, it's NASA's top engineer.
fun.
Yeah.
Guy makes
Dude,
$450,000 a year. You know,
Exactly.
he's read in routinely on top secret classified data.
That's how he winds down after hard work, like controlling the Mars rover. He just calmly paints his dick like a minion.
he thinks he's Gru or something.
I've not stumbled onto anything as weird as that, but I was looking at like a r/chemistry post a year or two ago where someone was asking some random question, and in the comments, this person was just being a dickhead, and all of the replies to it were like, "Oh my god, don't look at their history."
Oh, this is usually
all-
great.
All of the other people were like, I had to, and I want to bleach my eyes now, and all of this. So then when I scrolled all the way back, it was just like furry porn, and then they also had like a thing where they had their nipples surgically removed. So it was
Oh,
just a guy with just like nothing. It was just like a torso, and people were
completely
just like,
smooth?
"What the?" Yeah, like people were like, "What
Wow.
the fuck is wrong with you?" And I think they ended up
Wow.
deleting their account
That's so weird.
like 2 days later.
That's pretty gold. All right, this one video and by I've never seen it again. I've never looked for it again. I think it might be there on Chaotic or something. And it freaked me out because people have these weird body fetishes, and this one was like, "Oh, I'm a cowboy," but it was a dude who literally had like he had fucking udders, and he was a gay guy dressed as a
Udders?
clown, as
He
a
was
cow.
milking it.
He was
Well, like
milking
dog
his
tits?
udders, and it didn't look like a prosthetic or like good makeup. It's like he genuinely had some kind of surgery done to where he got his stomach to protrude,
What?
and then he had like
Okay, where
4
his
udders.
abs would have been.
Yes. And he looked like
Udders?
Machado Avocado, if that.
What, like dog tits?
The
No,
only
like
thing
cow tits, dude.
Wow.
I need to
So,
find
like-
it.
thing
I'll
I
send
can
it to all
think
you
of-
guys.
Cupping? Like, what do you think he was cupping every day for like 10 years?
It could have been
think you
that,
can
but
do
they were
that.
from what I remember in my head, they were genuinely like elongated, like actual, not like
I
dog
think I saw
nipples.
something like that.
Did they have milk?
I
Was
can't
it a
remember if
guy
they
that-
had milk. To
Like,
be
Was
fair.
he on
yeah,
his-
A
was it
friend of
skin or
mine
was there
told me
nipples?
that if you're
And
a
he had,
guy
like,
and you squeeze your
goggles.
nipple, like you can get a bit of milk out.
Yeah, it's like a hormonal thing, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, like
I don't think
a drop.
it did look like skin, to be fair, but it definitely looked like it was some hardcore plastic surgery And
Okay, it wasn't a weird genetic freak of nature.
No. This guy for sure had some kind of crazy weird fetish and had the money to be able to make it happen.
Really?
Some guys do have tits, like they're born with this fucked up. One
No,
guy
this was like on
texting.
his abdomen. Like I'm telling you, like
Yeah.
imagine.
Yeah, like
I
that's
think I
very true,
saw something
definitely.
like this.
Skinny or fat?
He was pretty skinny, to be fair.
Was this a guy on his like hands and knees, and he was
No,
wearing like these black goggles or something? Because I saw something like this, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
No, from what I recall, because I jacked off to it, he was like sitting Indian style, and the camera was kind of like more level with his udders, and he was just like milking them. But like I said, he was dressed like a cow and everything, and you could tell it was like a gay boy fetish thing.
Post nut, I'd be pulling the trigger.
Oh yeah.
I did text a guy, like I hadn't seen him yet, like how we looked. I was kind of younger, so I was on one of those like weird gay sites.
Okay.
And he showed me, like suddenly he told me that, oh, by the way, I kind of have this
You didn't
condition.
say weird twice.
Huh?
You didn't.
Let him finish. Let him finish.
Weird twice.
Hey, Alex.
Oh.
You fucking suck.
You fucking suck, Alex. Let him
Anyways,
finish.
so this
You're the
guy,
gay one.
I'm telling a great story. You're not important here, Alex.
Get his
Aw.
ass. Get his ass.
I'm kidding. I'm sorry. I'm just annoyed. No, so he showed me like he basically had these small floppy tits because of like a hormonal thing.
So,
Like it's a real thing.
Are we talking like 90-pound twink with 5-pound tits?
Like normal weight. Like maybe a bit
wants
chubby,
to
but
know the
like
cup
genuinely
size.
like 2 flaps, like that kind of hung down.
yeah,
like
I
genuine
could kind
tits.
of.
Oh, that's definitely a thing. Like, go to Florida, go to the beach, and there's going to be a 50-year-old guy with dad bod, but then he's got, like flat.
But even these were like a bit more like halfway tits, like way more than like some weird dad, like genuinely
Like elderly
flaps.
people tits.
Yeah.
More than that, I would say. I mean, they were almost tits.
How old?
So
35, I think.
Did you still fuck him?
No. No.
He's not into tits.
God, no. Jesus. Fuck.
You just motorboat.
Motorboat those 2 flaps of skin.
This is the only time you could ever titty fuck.
Oh god, I'm fine. I'm good.
No, there's a couple Tim Dillons out there. He could probably meet
Oh
in an
yeah,
hour.
Yeah, I can motorboat
Good
them.
point.
That's fine.
H, have you ever had a gay coworker that would come on way too strong?
Oh God, I had a best friend in 7th grade.
Oh
No.
no.
Was he
Was it
out
the
or was he
teacher?
like trying to hide it?
I should say I was his best friend, and he was trying to hide it.
Oh.
And then he invited me to sleep over, but then he prefaced it with, "Hey, I'm gay," and so I didn't go. And I mean, I don't know. He was he was funny. He's a cool kid. But no, like it was.
I asked you not to tell this story.
Yeah.
The story about how Alex fucked him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I moved to the UK just to get away from it all.
Anyways, nothing special. Basically, I told him like we can be friends, but I'm straight. I'm not gay. I don't want to kiss you. I don't really want to hug you either anymore.
Yeah. Did he turn him into his parents?
And then after that, I told him the girls will really like you. Just come out to the girls, and that's what he did. Basically, he became every middle school girl's gay best friend.
Wait, I'm putting something together.
And hang
Sammy, is that why you
after
invited me over?
Huh?
Nothing. My bad, H.
No, you're good. Yeah, I've had a couple gay coworkers too, but you know, you just smile and nod and accept them for what they are.
That reminds me of a great fucking story, actually. Boom.
Do tell.
I worked at Bed Bath and Beyond. I've talked about this on a podcast. This is a great one. Let me get my juices running. Okay, so I worked at Bed Bath and Beyond. Do you guys know what that is?
Yeah.
Really
I think so.
overpriced retail store here in America. Yada yada.
Adam Sandler and Click, he goes to a Bed Bath and Beyond to get that.
Oh yeah, he goes. Yeah, that's right. That's
Mhm.
right. So basically, this is when I learned to like stop giving people chances. Like if they're basically when I learned like being nice. Some people deserve to kind of be alone and don't feel bad for
Yeah.
them. But basically,
Yeah.
this is how I learned that lesson. So there was this guy, I'll call him Jimmy. That was his actual name. Fuck it. And he was also shaped like Tweedledee and Tweedledum from fucking Alice in Wonderland. Like he had like a
Okay.
balloon shaped body and
Oh.
graying hair. Even though he was like maybe 37 or something,
Green?
white guy,
Oh,
way too nice. But he was into like 80s music, and like I could relate to him with that. And he was telling me like, oh, I struggle with my weight and yada yada. At the time, like I would work out a lot, so he would always try to get advice from me, and I would feel bad because anytime he would give me a ride, he always had fast food and Slim Jim wrappers on the floor and everything.
oh my god.
And you
And he
became
would come
him.
over to my place to smoke weed, and he would do this after work, and I was cool with it. And he would tell me, he's like, "Hey, man, like one day you got to come over to my apartment." And man, that was a big mistake. I one day decided like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna go after work. I'm gonna go hang out with him. And we're going and driving through Austin, but then Austin starts to look more. I realize he's taking me to like the shitty ghetto, like meth head side of Austin.
Yeah.
And we get to his apartment, dude. This guy had like it was something out of the movie or out of the show Hoarders. Just cat feces everywhere, just the dirty house. And no, and here's where it gets better, man. We had another coworker that was another taller like guy that was into like fantasy dragon stuff, like 6'2", but you could tell he was a big nerd. And
Okay.
here's where it gets weird. Here's the payoff, guys. He ends up admitting to me saying, yeah, I can't remember that guy's name. I'll call him Paul. He's like, Paul was my best friend, and we lived in Arkansas together. His family is like very rich, like lawyer, law firm type people, but
Yeah.
he came out as trans, and his family didn't accept him. He's like, long story short, he was my girlfriend for years and years, and we moved here to
Whoa.
Austin to get away. And one day he met a girl, so he transitioned back to being a man. But yeah, we don't talk much anymore. Oh, and mind you, that guy lived with him, and his
Wait.
room was the only clean room. But even as a trans girl, like accepting he was still a fucking loser because he would take pictures like dressed as like some kind of like dragon queen with swords and everything. It was really fucking
Oh.
weird.
Like
But
Daenerys.
yeah, basically he just straight up, and I'm pretty sure that guy didn't want like his story to be known, but yeah, Jimmy was like, yeah, we were best friends, and then yeah, we dated, and I was the guy, and I was like, that's weird. I have two coworkers, only one of them wants to admit to being fucked in the ass by the other.
Like there's massive drama.
Yeah, it
So
was really sad. He seemed genuinely like sad by it, but you could tell he was a guy that like he even told me he's like, my whole life I thought I was gonna be a rock star, and as I got older, I realized it wasn't gonna happen. Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
Star.
Instead he
Now
ended
he's a
fucking
pop
up
star.
trans Daenerys.
yeah. He was, I ended up fucking my best friend who, because I couldn't get any other actual pussy.
Wait, how did he transition? Like, did he do it hormonally or just clothing wise?
I wanted. I didn't get into details. I was still like a little too young to understand like the
I
depth
mean,
of
I think
that.
you could tell if he did like surgeries and hormones.
No,
Like, there
no,
would be
no, no.
signs, I
He no
think.
operations for sure. Because when I
Yeah.
saw him, I thought he was just like a fucking loser, like a 6'2" neck
Yeah.
beard kind of guy. And then when he showed me the pictures of him all dressed as a neck beard equivalent of a woman, I was like, okay, that's fucking weird. But yeah, that's when I pretty much stopped talking to Jimmy and stuff because it was just weird. He was like, oh, I have this bottle of good stuff, this good alcohol. I didn't drink at the time, but it was just like a bottle of the Kraken, which is like $30 rum.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he just
Was
got
it
fucked up
Uzo?
and just started pouring his heart out. And
Ah,
yeah,
it's
that's
just
when
too
I
much
learned. Yeah,
weirdness.
dude, 100%. And I had met
Yeah.
other people in Austin, like on the streets or like also canvassing. And each one of them, I realized I was like, oh, this person's alone for a reason. I need to just
Ah,
not
Yeah.
make any new friends.
I
Sometimes
did
it's
have.
better just
I
not
did.
to ask.
Manda, what
Yeah.
was that, Alex?
sometimes it's better to just not ask when you're like curious. You just go, I'll just leave that there. Because it
Yeah.
could
Dude,
just
well,
get
I
you
didn't have a
lots of
car, so I
weird-
was stuck there. I was fucking stuck there.
Oh.
Yeah, that's rough.
I,
You can't walk home either in that neighborhood.
Oh, dude, yeah. No, not only that, but home was, I not only did not know where this was at, like, this was already, like, outskirts of Austin, so it would have been, like, I was, like, a good 30-minute drive away from where I lived.
Fuck.
So,
man, just stuck with the sadness.
dude, and I'm telling you, he was shaped like a balloon, had, like, long, straight gray hair, and,
A
yeah.
37.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, he was a fucking, he had, like, this whole computer collection. And he tried showing code to me. He's like, look, check this out. This is Facebook in case you ever have to access it with like a calculator or something.
Oh,
And
okay.
like, I was like, that's fucking gay. You know? Yeah.
Dude, I had a classmate who did believe that dragons were real. Like
Oh,
when we were
no.
15. We were 15. And he kept talking about this dragon portal in China. So
Oh.
if you go through this portal, you become a dragon. And he just kept.
Remember the like 2001 movie Reign of Fire? I think it was Christian Bale.
No.
The one where
Yeah.
dragons have like taken over?
Yeah. I'm wondering if you just watched that one too many times.
Yeah, something like that. He just got upset. And his girlfriend believed in vampires. And like we would try to tell her, like, hey,
That
you're
sucks.
15. You're kind of being a retard about this. And she basically went, well, vampires don't show a sign of their vampirism until they're 16. So you're actually the fucking retard. She
Yeah.
owned us. She got us.
You fucking
And then did you
idiot.
remind her you're
Dude, I'm a
waiting?
fucking moron. But that guy was great. They were together, like they were a couple. So one believed in vampires, the other believed in dragons. And the dragon guy, like when he ran, he would do it in Naruto thing, like where his arms are behind his back.
The anime run.
But this is the thing, he was super fast.
Oh, that's weird.
It worked.
He practiced.
It's practice or like it's the best technique.
Yeah,
no, it's not. I've tried it.
Superior technique.
It's not.
I think you just suck. I think he knew what he was doing.
Oh, fuck you.
I remember seeing a video of some high school gym assembly thing, and there were two people doing, a running competition. One guy did the Naruto one, and he won by like 10 feet.
Oh,
that's fucking insane.
That's so humiliating.
Yeah.
Imagine if like the guy who lost was like a 6 feet black guy, and the guy who won was like 5 feet fat white dude. He just does the Naruto run past him.
Did you ever have like sports wars at school where
Sports wars?
You'd end up like playing like it's not like
a field day?
Speak a bit
just
closer
like-
to the mic, Alex.
Yeah, so if you just had like a day where there was sports going on, and I don't know if you rotated between different sports depending on the season we did, but it was always the most fun when it was mixed, and you would just wail on the girls in like dodgeball and stuff. You just
Shut up,
absolutely
Alex.
slam
You did
them.
not do any wailing on any girls.
Okay, just because you're a whale. Calm down.
Asshole.
I was
No,
gonna
you
say,
just like
I remember I was in 9th or 10th grade, so I was at the high school. But the middle school I had just gone to, they did a race war on the playground.
Oh,
Wait.
dude, fuck yeah.
Oh, like
What?
a race? White versus
Yeah.
black?
And they got the cops called and the school went on lockdown.
Oh, that's great. What happened?
They
I don't know.
Did you guys
black kids.
fight?
No, I wasn't there for it. I was like a year or two older,
Okay.
and I was at the high school, and this was at the middle school I had just been at.
Oh,
So I
I
only
have
heard
to.
about it secondhand, but yeah.
We
I
and the
don't
nearby
know.
school, this became national news, and this is a really good one. We used to do this thing called fag piles. So a fag
Fag
pile
piles?
is, it's in Swedish, it's bög hög, so it rhymes. So what you do is one guy throws himself on the ground and he's screams fag pile, and then everyone throws themselves on him, and you basically have like a 5 feet pile with just dudes laying on each other. And so the thing we did with this school was, it's like an absurdist joke, like, we'll come to your school and we'll do a fag pile at your place, so that means that we win. And so then we basically have these competitions where we just do fag piles everywhere. And by the way, when you're at the bottom of this fag pile, I was once...
Sammy would know.
Dude, I almost broke my back. I could feel my back almost snapping. It was fucking terrifying. But so this kept going for like a couple of years. Like, it became a big thing. And then finally, in the other school, this school had like a bunch of like aggressive rich kids, you know, like the really violent type. They were bullying this one kid, and they did a non-consensual fag pile on him.
Oh no.
So you're not supposed to do the fag pile. The one who initiates, you know, it has to be consensual, but they pushed him down and did a massive fag pile on him. And it seems like he was pretty hurt. And so what happens is Channel 4 in Sweden, they come to that school and they do a report on fag piles. Like, the entire country found out about our tradition to do fag
funny
piles.
pranks.
A goof where we almost kill each other and we're 12. And so the school has to send out these letters to everyone, and they literally tell the parents, like, so it's come out that, you know, the kids have been doing this thing called fag piles. They literally use that word, and it's dangerous. We have to tell them to stop doing these fag piles. And there are still people in Sweden who talk about that like report, but they removed it from the webpage because everyone just kept joking about it.
Is it not
an
archive or something?
No, in the U.S. we have an equivalent. It's
Smear the
called
Queer.
Oh no, do you really?
So when let's see, elementary school, 1st through 3rd grade, I went to a small private Christian school in Illinois, and it was probably 20 kids class, but the whole thing was that everyone had recess at the same time. It was 1st grade through 5th grade, all on the playground together.
No.
Jesus.
Yeah, and we would play Smear the Queer.
Oh no, dude. That's horrible.
God.
So what happened?
So Smear the Queer, it's fag pile, but with football. And whoever has the football is the fag, and they're at the bottom of the pile.
Oh, so like you're playing football, and then because you have the football,
it's
everyone just
basically
piles.
It's like
non-stop
tag plus
tackling.
fag pile.
Non-stop tackling.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
it is kind of dangerous, right? I mean, it could like give you some permanent injury.
A lot of schools these days don't even allow regular football, like, because it's pretty dangerous.
I mean, yeah,
That
it does
it
make
reminds me.
sense.
It's 7-year-old me running for my life, holding a football, and I get tackled by 20 kids.
Oh my god.
My age to 3 or 4.
But dude, even we didn't do that because we were all the same age when we did our fag piles.
Yeah,
but you were
no.
getting fag piled
As
by
soon as you
kids who
said-
were like way bigger.
Yeah.
1st to 5th
Oh my
grade, I was like,
God,
that is
age.
fucking horrible.
It was fun though. If you didn't have the ball, it was really good. It was awesome. But it's funny too because you're maybe the 3rd kid on the pile, and the kid with the ball isn't giving it up, and so you're punching him in the back of the head, trying to rip the ball from him. And now you successfully have the ball, and now you're running for your life because the same thing's going to happen to you.
Oh god.
That's so
God.
funny. Holy shit, that's crazy.
We had this game called Cross the Road where they were these swing sets where it was real simple, where it was just kind of like the triangle structure on the side where you could just technically walk through it, but we would kind of make it a game where it's like, oh, everyone take over the whole, like, all 10 swings, and we're going to see who makes it across. And they eventually...
Red Rover with strings or with swings?
No, it's... I guess you could say, the goal was to make it to the other side, but of course, like... when you didn't make it to the other side, it hurt like shit because it would just be one of our friends looking forward to double kicking you from a fucking swing, and you just
Oh.
go airborne and just land on the ground. And,
I gotcha. It's
then eventually the whole
the
school
kids
had
on
to
the
like.
swings are the pendulum, and you're running through
Yes,
them.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
okay.
Did you have any stupid dares that happened in your friend group during that sort of time?
Dares.
Not really anything
Because,
extreme. I know my friend
well-
used to do this thing where like he'd walk up to girls and talk to them, and like we're behind him and his ass is out, like he just pulls down his pants so we see his, and he's just having this
That
casual
reminds me.
conversation with two like really hot girls, and it's just perfectly round ass is just out there. It's so
That's
funny.
great.
We would always hit each other in the balls, and it got like really out. One of our friends ended up
Oh,
having to get
yeah.
surgery and everything, and one of his
No.
tests due to trauma. But we would just always hurt each other. Like it was just like a funny thing we do. And I remember the other thing we would do is the classic where someone gets and kneels and bends over behind someone you're talking to, and then you push them and they just fucking fall.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So, but every time I'd get my friends to do it, to be the one to kneel over, their ass would just be there. So I'd just sneak around and just kick them right in the fucking back of the balls. So they were the ones that ended up getting pranked, and yeah,
Uh,
that was always a
I
good one.
Yeah, I don't know.
we
There's
did
a lot of
this.
like you get two for flinching kind of thing, and
Yeah.
the funnest ones were food fights. Like that's just insane. You
I
put
never had that.
100 kids in a cafeteria with
That's
plates of
crazy.
food that absolutely sucks ass.
We
And you just
I
trust
I
them
always
not
missed
to.
one. There was one for the end of school. I would never go on the last day of school in high school, but yeah, we had people bring chickens and everything for the food fight, like actual live chickens.
Oh,
So it was just
that's
chickens running
Mexican.
around with
That's
food.
so fucking Mexican.
Yeah. But did I ever? I want to say I told H and maybe Alex one time when we were watching them. My school had a riot one time.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah,
It's not
basically.
familiar to me.
They serve pizza on Taco Tuesday.
Good, no, it gets worse. Basically, our school is notoriously like ghetto, and they hadn't allowed pep rallies for our football team in years because they understood like, hey, like the kids kind of go crazy. And I
Yeah.
knew the girl who was it was her senior year. She was a politician's daughter, of course, and she asked the superintendent, "Hey, it's our senior year. Can we have a pep rally?" And long story short, there's a bunch of like newspaper confetti, but of course it's ghetto, so everyone has lighters. So even before the pep rally starts, people are throwing fucking fireballs like on it's in a basketball gym. And so they're throwing fireballs from the bleachers, and like all the people guarding, it's all the like the football coaches are getting pissed off. And eventually the dance team goes and their CD keeps on skipping. So everyone in Spanish like, no mames, way, boo, you suck. And they start and eventually like they just call it off and they're like, no, this is getting too rowdy. And rather than let us out by section or like this section first, they just tell everybody to go. So it's only two double doors and it's like 500 students going. And the girl that I
Oh.
knew is like, no, like I didn't want this to be ruined. So she starts playing this one song by Little John, shots, shots, shot, 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 shots. The whole fucking school goes fucking insane, jumping, pushing each other, lighting shit on fire. And we're in the gymnasium. We're not even in the school itself. Why? So they call all the staff to come to the gymnasium and to try to settle things down. By the time I get to the fucking school, there's like 20 gang fights going on. People are throwing chairs in the cafeteria to break windows, and people are just pulling fire alarms and blowing fire extinguishers. It's fucking insane. My favorite part about seeing all that
Jesus.
chaos is the skull crackhead is just like like crip walking on a table, just dancing like hell yeah. It was fucking awesome. Well, what ends up happening, even crazy, I didn't get to see this part, was one of this kid, he was an underclassman, like 2 years younger than me. He gets caught by the school police because they're already roaming. They're already trying to shut this shit down. And he sees him pull a fire alarm. So he grabs him. And this school cop was like a good 6'4", fat ass Mexican guy. And he chokes him out to sleep. And all these kids start like hitting him, and so he lets go of the kid, and the kid's face falls, and his teeth get knocked out. So right then and there,
Whoa.
everyone's like, "Police brutality!" So the like gang members of the school start trying to get his gun out of his holster, and so all you see is just all these students. I got to see all these girls just running like, "Oh my god, they have a gun! They have a gun!" And by then, cops are just like running into the school, and I went to my classroom, but yeah, I even remember seeing I was looking at like the corridor to the lunchroom where all that shit was going on, and this kid just like runs out of the door, and it's like a glass panel door to where he hits it so hard that it hits the end of its edge rotation, and the glass breaks, and immediately followed by like 2 cops chasing him. They had to
Oh my
call the SWAT
god.
team too. The SWAT team never entered the school, but they had to call them to like basically be like, "Yeah, we're about to start killing you kids." The fuck to class.
Jeez.
That sounds great.
Fuck.
It's pretty wild. I've tried to find you because there were news articles on it at the time on YouTube, but I haven't found
You
any.
have to find that.
But no, everybody like. I did an old podcast about it. That was our most popular episode because everybody in town remembered. So it was really cool.
Yeah.
But then after that, there was a bunch of like gang threats and people like making up false bomb threats just for the fuck of it. And I remember there was this guy named Chubby Nuts. We would just call him Chubs. And everyone was like, "Oh fuck, they're gonna shoot him." He brought fucking firecrackers and just scared the shit out of everybody. So yeah.
God damn.
Hell yeah.
I mean, was the school generally that crazy? Or was that like the worst?
It was pretty like I'm not gonna lie, we had like there was often blood on the floor from like gang fights, but no, it was never anything like
Jesus.
that bad. And even then, like
I mean,
that
it's
bad.
gotten better.
Blood on the floor was that's pretty bad.
That's bad.
Well, what are you gonna do?
Yeah. Yeah, I
Clean up
guess.
and out for.
Yeah.
That's pretty extreme.
But
I
yeah, there
remember,
were a lot of you guys never got in a fight.
Not really. One time a kid, like, I don't know, he kept like bothering me. I don't know what it was. I was kind of like a class clown. And I think that he was sort of trying to trigger me into saying something funny because I would like get annoyed. I would get angry and then I would say something ridiculous, you know. So he like kind of like kept pushing me. Oh, hey, what's up, Sam? What's up, Sam? And like trying to get something out of me for his entertainment.
Yeah.
I told him like, dude, stop touching me. He kept doing it, so I would just reach down and I like clapped him in the ear as hard as I could.
Oh, dude, nice.
I felt, dude, you could tell he was trying not to cry. And even like the older kids who would get into fights, they looked at me like, "Oh, what the fuck you doing?" Like they were surprised. And the guy, like 1 minute later, was still like kind of holding his ear and telling us that his ear kept ringing.
Yeah, dude.
I think I fucked this ear up.
I
I
had a
felt really
friend
bad.
dad who was always in and out of prison, and he did that to a guy. And the guy ended up later actually falling downstairs and dying. And they always wondered if it
Whoa.
was like part of that he fucked up the
Like a
equilibrium.
concussion type thing.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh, now I'm feeling really bad. God damn it.
Nah,
Oh my god.
he'll be
It just
fine.
triggered me, you know. I don't like people just touching me like that, especially if it's not like a friend.
Well,
I
of
don't
course
know him.
not. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
H, you ever got in a fight? I think I have one more story if you guys let me.
No, go ahead, go ahead.
No, nothing serious. I mean, we used to scrap for fun, but
Yeah, no, as adults, yeah, like that's why like it kind of like I've never been one to instigate anything. But already 10 years ago, because it would have been a Valentine's Day party at near UT at a friend who went to University of Texas. And she was a girl, whatever. And it was her fancy ass apartment there next to the campus. And we go to their room, and it's like, a bunch of college kids, And I have a bong, so everyone's like, "Oh hell yeah, we're smoking in there." And there's this one kid who looked out of place, looked like my same age, like 21. Or shit, was I 21? Yeah, I would have been just turned 21.
How convenient.
Yeah, whatever. Long story, he was one of the I could tell try hard being a cholo. Like he had tattoos all over his arm. It looked real out of place in UT. And we're all smoking, and I'm not thinking anything of it. But my friend's there, and like I said, she's a girl, and he starts talking to me like, "Damn, look at these dumb fucking bitches. Which one are you gonna fuck?" And I'm like, "Yo, like, that's not cool. Like, don't talk about my friend like that." And he starts, I guess he sees it as like, "Oh, Captain Save a Ho," like, and he starts like taunting me more and more, and I'm like really high, and I'm just like, I really don't want to deal with this right now. This is fucked up. And I hate this one black kid who's a college black kid, of course. He sees that we're getting into it. He's like, both y'all stop. Both y'all stop. I'm like, dude, motherfucker, this guy. And he's like, I don't care who started it. Both y'all. And I was like, whoa, okay, you know what? I'm going to go calm I walk out of the room. I'm like, whatever. And the whole fucking time at this party, this guy's like he's following me, and he's like even putting his like skeleton tattoo over it. Like he thought he looked
Oh,
all cool with the
Jesus.
skeleton hand over. Like he had a skeleton tattoo over his hand, and he'd raise it to his mouth, kind of like acting like he was laughing at me. And I could tell he's
What
getting
a
more drunk.
fag.
Yeah, real fucking gay shit. And I'm just whatever, ignoring him. Well, by the end of the night, I'm getting ready to leave, and he like straight up like kind of not corners me, but he like comes up to me, he's like, "Hey man, you okay?" And he has a glass bottle in his hand. And I already know this motherfucker's gonna cheap shot me with a glass bottle.
Oh.
And I don't drink at the time, like I said. And I'm just like, fuck, like I already feel it. This shit's I'm gonna have to fucking fight this guy. He's not gonna leave me alone. Oh man, I get riled up just thinking about it. I fucking tell him like, "Oh, can I have some of that?" And he hands me the bottle, and I set it aside. And he's like, "What are you gonna do, man? You look pissed off. You okay?" And he's like taunting me, knowing that he's getting on my fucking nerves. I just fucking let out. Like I would practice a lot, boxing stuff at the time. I just fucking knocked the shit out of him once, twice in the face, and everything slow motion. I see him like going down. No, here's where it gets good. As I see that I knocked him out already with a double jab, I feel someone fucking tackle me, and they tackle me into a fucking doorknob where my tailbone, my tailbone fucking hits the doorknob, and I fucking fall with whoever it was that tackled me still holding me on the ground. The guy has enough time to get up, look at me, and he fucking starts swinging at my face while I'm pinned on the ground.
Jesus.
And it took everything in me to lift off whoever was on me. And I get up again, and I just fucking like within 10 seconds, I already fucking had him on the ground again. And I have so much adrenaline pumping that I tell my friend whose house it was, I hear like, "Oh," and I'm like, I need to get the fuck out of here. I could tell your friends are gonna call the cops. I don't want that to happen. So I fucking bolted, got picked up on the street. Well, when me and my friend are, because I was there with a friend, and this friend is like, we don't talk anymore to him. He's a little bitch, but he's there like, "Dude, like I had to help you out." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" "Yeah, man, you had like already knocked him out. He was already fucked up. You were gonna kill him, and so I had to tackle you."
Oh, Jesus.
And I was like, "Chris, are you fucking serious?"
What is
like,
it's like he's your girlfriend or something?
No, he's the one that tackled me into the doorknob. And
Yeah,
the
I
only
know, that's
reason I
fucking
got hit
crazy.
is the guy had time to recover,
Jesus.
and I
That's
was
so
pinned on the ground by
dangerous.
him. And I just started getting punched in the face. Because I had, but yeah.
What happened with that guy? I mean, was he like
Oh,
that in
no,
general?
I
Like
followed
kind
up with my
of.
friend. Apparently, he was like a Tinder date from someone there, but she didn't even know that guy either. She just invited him to the college party. And so, yeah, I don't know what happened. I just know I knocked the shit out of him. And yeah.
Nice.
No, I mean like your friend. Like what happened there?
Oh no, that guy. He's best way to put it. This is a whole other story in itself. He comes from a rich family here. He lives in the Beverly Hills of Ed Couch, the biggest house in the whole place. But in Austin, he likes that. He likes saying, "Oh, I come from the poorest school district. I'm such a hardworking Latino."
Right.
He's like the only one of us that didn't grow up chopping wood or anything. But he acts all like, "Oh, I'm a Latino." It's like it's called a Latino, motherfucker. You don't even know that.
He's a Latino.
He goes, "I'm Latinx."
Yeah, no, he's one of those guys.
Part of my
No,
heritage.
and even the last time we saw him, because we were three best friends, we were the best man for our friend's wedding, and even his girlfriend's one of those types of like Austin Mexican girls, and I was like, "Oh, that guy's a fucking faggot," and he'd be all like, "Don't say that in front of my girlfriend," but then his girlfriend was still like, you could tell she didn't care, but he's real like that.
Oh, you could have fucked her, probably.
Oh, dude, in Austin, yes. She came on to me,
yeah?
but I had moved, and that's why I was kind of surprised I
Really?
could get with her.
Well,
Yeah,
if you're the one who acts like a man and he's kind of acting like a little bitch, of course
that's
she wants to
exactly
fuck
what I'm
you.
sure she saw.
Yeah,
But
that's why I was
whatever.
thinking that.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, you
That
have
was
to
like the
tell us.
only actual fight I've
Yeah,
been
go
in.
ahead.
Well, I knocked another guy out in fucking the Marine Corps, but I had to cheap shot him though. But it still became a pretty known story in our platoon. Yeah. Well, other than that, no. I've always I've been confronted. One black guy came up to, I'm sure he was schizophrenic and thought I was white, but he was like, "What's up, devil? What are you gonna do, devil?" And he threatened
Wait,
to
that
pull out a
keeps
gun
happening
on
to
me.
you. People keep suspecting you of being the devil.
Oh yeah, that's I forgot about that other
Wait,
story.
is there something about your looks? Like
I
you're
don't know.
bald now, right?
I wasn't bald then. I actually had long hair for.
I think
I
I
had
know what
like.
it
Did you
is.
have like an evil hairstyle?
No, I know
No.
what it
Like
is.
two horns in the front?
Yeah,
Like
I was
that?
gonna say it's got something to do with the horn.
Alex is so
Yeah.
far away.
Alex was just saying it probably has something to do with the horns growing out of your head.
Oh no.
There
I
you
looked like a
go.
hipster then because I was super thin. I had long like Howard Stern hair, and I would always wear a headband.
It was the pitchfork tail.
Yeah, it was my forked tongue.
Yeah. I mean, you showed us a picture from when you were young, and like I wouldn't look at you and think of Lucifer. There's
No,
nothing like
exactly.
that.
I don't know what it is, dude. I think, yeah, that only happened. There was another time in 6th Street where a guy super drunk and he passed by me and there was another guy like holding his girlfriend on the shoulders. I guess they were good friends. And some random guy passed them and hit the girl in the ass. And this guy drunk as fuck
Whoa.
turns around and looks at me because the girl's like, "Oh, that guy slapped my ass." And he's like, "You slapped my girlfriend's ass?" And I was like, "No." That guy just walked away like a long time ago. He's like, "What the fuck?" And he was like some black guy. He was like, "I was a fucking Marine, you know." I was like, "Okay, cool for you. I was too. Like, what the fuck are you gonna do?" And yeah, he didn't do nothing. His friends took him away, thank God. But
God,
and
Sixth
then one
Street.
time at Halal Bros, there was another. I overheard. I
Halal
guess I was
Bros.
wearing all black in the bandana, and there were these 3 white frat boys, and I overheard them, but they were like, "This guy's gonna rob the place. If he does anything, I'm gonna take him." And I'm like, just look at them, like I was like, "You guys
Oh my
know I
God.
could hear you, right?" Like, so yeah,
So you
good
kept them as
times.
hostages.
Monday.
Sometimes you're gonna have
You
to tell
kept them as
about your. What was that, Alex?
You kept them as hostages then.
Oh no, just dude, they were like big frat boys. I was just more like, what the fuck? You guys are like openly talking about kicking my ass because you think I'm gonna rob the place when
Fucking
I'm literally just,
nerds.
here.
You're gonna have to tell us more about your Sixth Street stories. I mean, it seems like Austin, you had a lot of experiences
It
there.
seems 6th Street sounds like the Times Square of Austin. Just nothing good
I guess that's
happens
the
there.
best way to put it, but I mean it's I never got in an actual fight on 6th Street. Like I said, like I've been on confrontations there, but I always de-escalated as I always would. Best thing to
Yeah,
do. It was
absolutely.
the only Austin fight was that one I said about at the party, and that's because that guy was genuinely like following me.
But
So
remember, you basically said that you were in Sixth Street before it went crazy. Like, was Sixth Street a bit calmer before?
oh yeah, it was a bit calmer, but I mean even then it's always had like the reputation of just being the tourist trap where you don't get the crowd that lives in Austin at 6th Street.
Right.
You get all the people that live outside of Austin that only want to get fucked up, you know.
What is it about that street? Is it like all the bars? Or there
It's just
like
a
all the
party strip
cheapest
is the
bars?
best way to put it. No, none of it's cheap, dude. It's all fucking I worked at a wine shop. I don't want to dox myself. Very like fancy wine shop. Like it gave me a lot of credentials in Austin because they had a good reputation. And when I finally went to the owner's house, they literally lived in an apartment. They weren't barely making enough money just to stay on 6th Street.
Really?
Damn.
Yeah.
So what, is just all the bars there? Is that why all the fucked up things
Yeah.
happen there?
Yep.
Okay.
That's all it is. It's just
Okay.
drunk people. And if you ever go on a
Jesus.
Sunday morning, because sometimes I would have to work on Sunday mornings, it's a beautiful seeing the sunrise, but all it is just birds eating all the vomit from the night before.
Oh,
So, yeah,
that's grim.
Is it a
Oh,
big
yeah.
street? Like, for how long does it keep going?
it's
Like,
it's not a full mile that's crazy. It's probably a good half mile.
and like usually
From
it
the
is pretty
highway to the Whole
crazy
Foods,
there.
if you ever look it up on a map, that's pretty much the party area.
Okay. Is it like normal during the week or is it mainly the weekends? Like where
The
things
weekend for
go.
sure it's crazier. During the week it's all the people that work there, so it's not so
Right.
bad. But for sure, like
Right.
Thursday, it's already getting crazy. By Friday, it's already nuts. Saturday, you're asking for fucking trouble.
Yeah. God, it's such a trashy fucking street. I mean, if you didn't know anything about America and you watched that,
Oh yeah.
you would
You're not
become
wrong about
like
that.
racist against Americans.
Yeah, I can see that. But yeah, it's a bit crazy. Yeah. But if you keep your head down and you're not in, like I said, I didn't drink at the time, even though I worked at a place that sold alcohol.
Right.
I did not drink, so I wasn't around any of that.
So were you technically a sommelier?
No, I was not. I was the bitch boy for all the sommeliers.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Another one carrying boxes and doing deliveries and stuff like that. But they liked my demeanor because I would dress all hipstered out and stuff.
Ah, nice.
oh yeah.
Yeah, I would wear a scarf and everything, and I was in really good shape, so I could like carry a lot of boxes and stuff.
Right, right.
How much was that paying?
Oh, it was only like fucking $11, but I was pretty much homeless. It was only like $11 an hour, bro. Like it was. Looking back, like I thought those people saved my life for a while, and then I realized, like, oh, I was just literally like a Mexican worker to them, just
Yeah.
one that knew how to be polite and didn't scare them so much.
Jeez. Wide enough.
Yeah, but I worked multiple jobs during that time. That's when I also worked at a Bed Bath and Beyond, and for a while there, I was also working at Starbucks. So yeah,
Nice.
Jesus, 3 jobs?
yeah, I lived in a garage and stuff too, and I would walk everywhere because when I first got to Austin, man, Chingal, this reminding me of Jeremy. Why I relate to him so much. I
Yeah.
stopped drinking on a whim. Moved to Austin with a shitty Jeep, fucking a Cherokee, one of the worst cars ever. Spent all this money fixing it. All
Same
my
with the
first
Pride.
paychecks working construction, and then I got into a car accident and totaled all that money. And I just had to find a job. And I I had a real wealthy friend from over there, and he did pretty much let me live with him. And then after that, I had to live in a garage, and yeah, it kind of sucked.
Whose
But
garage?
it was another friend of mine that I had. I made a lot of good
Okay.
friends there. I don't talk to any of them because
You can't park
they're
there.
all shitheads. But yeah.
Yeah.
That's
How
better
did you
than
end
what I
up in
was
Austin?
picturing. Yeah.
What was that?
H?
No, I was saying that's better than what I was picturing. I just figured like some 70-year-old gay guy. It's like, yeah, come live in my garage.
Dude, I wish I would have taken that offer. But no. I lived there from 2014, the middle of 2014, and then I moved to Seattle a year later in the summer. I lived in Seattle for about 10 months, and then I lived there from like 2016 to late 2017.
Why did you
That's,
move to Austin? Like, what was the reason for the moving around?
Because that's that same friend Chris, the one I told you that through the one that
that
quote
Yeah.
unquote helped
that
me in the
tackled you.
fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, he like I said, we were all best friends. He became an egomaniac, and he had invited me there because he knew what he knew I was living with my mom again, and he knew my
Mhm.
upbringing. So he just told me like, yeah, just come here, just run away, and that's what I did. I stopped drinking for years and did just that. And I
What was
would
up with
walk
the
like
drinking?
12.
Like, were you partying too much back then?
I was just always drinking. I definitely had.
Yeah.
It wasn't my worst yet. I think that my worst binges were probably in like 2021. But
During the pandemic?
no, a little after it. I just
Okay.
I was
But
gonna
yeah,
say
I think
I would
nothing
run
ever
like
good came from
Manda.
drinking before I was like 25.
What was
Yeah,
that age?
yeah,
Yeah, just drinking before you're like 23, 24, 25. Nothing ever good comes from it,
yeah.
even if you're
Yeah.
not drinking.
Yeah. Definitely.
But yeah, I have stories from that time. Like I said, I would walk like 12 miles a day and be up in the middle of the night just to work job and then work another job because I also worked catering stuff for like all the events that would happen there downtown. So interesting
That's
times.
really
I met a lot of cool
intense.
people. Met a lot of weird people. I met a dude also because I would also work out at the 6th Street at gym, Gold's Gym, like twice a day because I had nothing else to do, and it was better than
Yeah.
being in a garage. And one of the guys there insisted that John Kerry hit on him, which is pretty awesome. So yeah.
Oh, John Kerry might be. Wait, am I
No,
thinking
dude,
about the right
he
person?
wasn't the first person to tell me that either. He just gave me the actual like, oh no, like I shook his hand and he gave me like this, and he was a black guy too, like a big bluff black guy,
Wow. Dude,
and he was like,
he
yeah, I shook
might
his
be
hand, and
gay.
yeah,
Looking
yeah,
at his face, he might be gay.
yeah, that's the
Looking
whole
at
thing
his
that people in
face.
Austin know. But yeah. Anyway, guys, I don't want to. How long we been here?
We've done
Oh,
about an
hour
hour,
and
20 minutes. I think we can start winding it down. I'm kind of out of gas.
Yeah.
I was gonna say John Travolta when he's hitting on that guy. Was that at Gold's Gym?
Oh, I don't know if it was in Austin, but I think yes. That's the Gold Gym. There were a lot of weird people because it's 6th Street and the Gold's Gym there. You take like a stairwell. It's underground. You know,
It's world famous too.
is it? Oh,
Well, maybe not that one, but I mean,
I thought
well,
the
yeah,
Gold's
Gold's Gym.
The
Yeah,
famous one is in like California.
probably.
but no, that's the one that I told you guys before. There was like some weird Catholic priest down there one time in the locker room, and he was like, "Hey, what do you think?" And he was
Oh,
like
yeah.
pinching his shirt to show it to me, and it was of the Virgin Mary, and I was like, nice shirt." He's like, "Yeah, you know, you guys like the Virgin Mary, so I thought you might like the shirt." I was like, "Wow."
you
Eventually be a
just
virgin after I was done with her.
look him dead in the eye and you go, "Do you like the Virgin Mary?"
Yeah.
It was funny, like just not realizing it that he just stereotyping me.
Yeah. Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, gents, ready to call it a ep?
All right.
Sure.
Yeah. That was
My
fun.
bad for
All
talking
right,
too much,
guys.
guys.
No,
No,
you're good.
no.
No.
Thanks
No,
for
no.
carrying
The
it.
stories were good.
Oh, thank you.
Renee always carries it, to be honest.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right,
He's,
guys, that has been Scat House Productions. Thank you, Alex, for showing up. Thank you, Sammy. Thank you,
Yes,
H.
yes.
And Jeremy, we hope to see you again here.
yeah. See you next week,
Toodles.
guys.
We love you,
Or does anyone
Jeremy.
have... Love you, Jeremy.
Bye.
All right. Bye.
Bye.